There's different ways to think about morality. Is morality what we hope to achieve, and what people are actually doing and how they're actually thinking? And the morality that interests me is the morality that people are exhibiting. And so let me give an example. I describe a couple of experiments we've done on cheating. And here's the basic setup. We give people a set of simple math problems. There are 20 math problems, and they get only 5 minutes. And in 5 minutes, people can solve about 4 of those. And one group solves them, they give it to us, we pay them $4 on average, everybody goes home happy. The other group does the same thing, but when they finish, we ask them to shred a piece of paper and tell us how many they solve. Now, just because they shred the piece of paper, they don't become smarter, but they say 7. Okay, so they cheat a little bit. Nobody says 20, but people increase their reporting from 4 to 7. A lot of people are cheating a little bit. Now, what does it mean about morality? So, in the economic framework, people should be sensitive to the probability of being caught cheating and the amount of rewards. We don't find any of this. When we change the probability of being caught, nothing changes. When we change the amount of the reward within a range, nothing happens. Instead, what we theorized is that people have a threshold. We all want to think of ourselves as honest people, and we can cheat a little bit. There's like a fudge factor that we can cheat a little bit and still feel good about ourselves. So the idea is that people cheat up to that level. Now, if that's the case, what should influence level of cheating? We said that this threshold should go down if people think carefully about honesty, and it should go up if the activity is less likely to reflect on their honesty. So here's what we did. We took one group of students and we said, you have 2 experiments today. The first one is a memory experiment. And half the people try to remember the 10 commandments, half the people try to remember 10 books that they read in college, in high school. Then they went to another experiment in which they could cheat. Will the fact that some people try to remember the 10 commandments influence how much they cheated? Absolutely. People stopped cheating. We didn't detect any cheating after that. And by the way, almost nobody remembers all the 10 commandments. And it doesn't matter how many commandments they remember. The moment that they contemplated their own morality, they became more sensitive to deviations from their standards and stopped cheating. The most disturbing experiment we did was the following. 1/3 of the people handed in their sheet and got paid $1 per question. 1/3 shredded their sheet and told the experimenter, Mr. Experimenter, I solved X problems, give me X dollars. And they cheated a little bit. The final third shredded a piece of the paper, came to the experimenter and said, Mr. Experimenter, I solved X problems, give me X tokens. Then they took the tokens, they walked 12 feet to the side and exchanged a token per $1. Now, in a sense, these were all the same conditions. But before I tell you the results, think about the following. Would you take 10 cents from a petty cash box? Don't answer. And would you take a pencil from work home? Most people feel much better about the pencil than the 10 cents. The question is why? And in some sense, the token experiment is trying to explore that. In our experiment, people doubled their cheating when it was about a token. What is happening here is that when we do something that is a step away from money, some of our moral shackles are released, and we're able to commit more crime and still feel good about ourselves. This is, by the way, why I think that backdating stock options is so easy. It's not money. It's so many steps removed from money. It's not money, it's stocks, it's not stocks, it's stock option, it's not cheating, it's backdating, making it incredibly easy. Now, going back to your original question about morality, this is the kind of morality I'm interested in. I'm interested in the morality that we shape, that our mind shapes for us. These are not ideas about what morality should be. It's the morality that people experience and the conditions under which this morality plays a role, a bigger role, a smaller role, and so on.